Can you imagine facing doubts, fears, and the eyes of the whole world and still becoming a legend? Welcome to Speak Fast English. Get ready for Beyoncé's epic story full of heart, hustle, and hitches that LL inspire you and boost your English listening skills. Want to know the secret behind her rise? Let's jump in and find out now. Hey, Speak Fast English community, are you excited to dive into Beyoncé's journey? Drop a quick comment below with what you love about her music or why you're here to practice English. Writing a sentence or two is a fun way to practice and connect with others. Let's start this story. In a small house in Houston, Texas, a young girl named Beyoncé Knowles sang to herself. It was 1981, and even at 4 years old, her voice was big, bright, and full of dreams. Her mother, Tina, a hairdresser, loved music too. She played records of soul and gospel in their cozy living room, filling the air with melodies. Beyoncé listened, her heart racing with every note. She didn't just hear the music, she felt it deep inside. By age 7, Beyoncé was different. She was shy, yes, but when she sang, something magical happened. Her voice could stop people in their tracks. One day, at a local talent show, she stepped onto a small stage. Her hands shook, and her knees felt weak. The crowd was small, just neighbors and friends, but to her, it felt like the whole world was watching. She closed her eyes, took a deep breath, and sang. Her voice was clear, strong, like a river flowing free. The room went silent, then burst into applause. That moment changed everything. Her father, Matthew, saw her gift. He wasn't just a dad, he became her biggest cheerleader. "You're special, Bay," he told her. He started to manage her young career, finding small gigs around Houston. Beyoncé joined dance classes and practiced every day. She wasn't just talented, she worked hard. She woke up early, sang in front of a mirror, and dreamed of stages bigger than her small town. But it wasn't all easy. Kids at school sometimes teased her for being quiet or different. She didn't always fit in, yet every time she felt small, she turned to music. Singing was her safe place, her way to shine. At 8, she joined a girl group called Girls' Time. They practiced in her backyard, giggling and dreaming of fame. The group wasn't perfect, but it was a start. Beyoncé learned how to perform, how to move, how to make people feel something. One night, after a long day of practice, she sat on her bed, staring at a poster of her favorite singer, Whitney Houston. One day, she whispered, "I'll make music that touches hearts, just like you." She didn't know how, but she believed it. That belief, that fire inside her, was just the beginning. Hey, amazing listeners of Speak Fast English, what did you think of young Beyoncé's first steps? Drop a comment below with your favorite moment from this chapter, or tell us about a time you chased a dream. Writing a quick comment is a great way to practice your English and share your thoughts with our community. Let's keep the story going. See you in the next chapter. By the time Beyoncé was a teenager, her dreams were bigger than ever. Age 15, she was no longer just a girl singing in her backyard. She was part of a group called Girls' Time. But things were about to change. The group got a new name, Destiny's Child, and a new focus. Beyoncé, along with her best friend Kelly Rowland, cousin Latavia Roberson, and friend Latoya Luckett, worked day and night to make it big. They were young, but they were determined. Their first big break came in 1997. Destiny's Child signed a record deal with Columbia Records. Beyoncé's heart raced with excitement, but the road wasn't easy. They practiced 4 hours singing, dancing, and perfecting every move. Beyoncé's dad, Matthew, pushed them hard. "You have to be the best," he said. Sometimes the girls argued or felt tired, but they learned to work as a team. They shared one dream: to make music that people loved. In 1998, their song No, No, No hit the radio. It was a hit. People everywhere started to notice Destiny's Child. Beyoncé's voice stood out strong, soulful, and full of feeling. But success brought challenges. The group faced tough moments, like when 2 members left. It was a shock. Beyoncé felt scared and sad, but she didn't give up. She and Kelly welcomed new member Michelle Williams and kept going. They had to prove they were still strong. Their next album, The Writings on the Wall, was songs like Bills, 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 and Say My Name became huge. Fans loved their energy, their style, and their message of strength. Beyoncé learned what it meant to persevere, to keep going even when things got hard. She poured her heart into every performance, singing about love, independence, and confidence. Offstage, she was still a teenager, dealing with school, friends, and doubts. But onstage, she was a star. Destiny's Child wasn't just a group, it was a sisterhood. They laughed, cried, and grew together. Beyoncé started to see herself as a leader. She wrote songs, helped plan their shows, and dreamed of something even bigger. The world was listening, and she was ready to shine brighter. Hey, Speak Fast English fans, what's your favorite Destiny's Child song? Share it in the comments below, or tell us about a time you worked hard with a team to achieve something big. Writing a quick comment is a great way to practice your English and join the fun. Let us keep following Beyoncé's story. See you in the next chapter. By 2003, Beyoncé Knowles was no longer just the lead singer of Destiny's Child. She was ready to step into the spotlight alone. At 22 years old, she faced a choice that felt both thrilling and terrifying. Go solo. Destiny's Child had brought her fame, but she wanted to show the world who she was. Could she make it on her own? The question lingered in her mind, but her heart said yes. She was ready to take the leap. Beyoncé poured everything into her first solo album, Dangerously in Love. She spent long nights in the studio writing songs that came straight from her soul. She wanted every note, every lyric to feel real. She worked with producers, musicians, and even her own instincts to create something new. One song, Crazy in Love, became her anthem. It was bold, fiery, and full of energy, just like her. When she heard the beat with its big horns and fast rhythm, she knew it was special. She called her friend rapper Jay-Z to add his voice. Together, they made magic. When Dangerously in Love dropped in June 2003, the world listened. The album was a hit, selling millions of copies. Crazy in Love blasted from radios, cars, and clubs. People couldn't stop dancing to it. Beyoncé's voice, powerful, emotional, and confident, captured hearts everywhere. The music video showed her dancing in the streets, fierce and free, with a smile that lit up the screen. Fans saw a new Beyoncé, not just a singer, but a performer who owned the stage. But going solo wasn't just about music. It was about finding herself. Beyoncé felt the pressure to prove she could shine without a group. Critics watched closely, and some doubted her. Could she fill arenas alone? Could she write songs that stood out? She pushed those doubts aside and worked harder. She studied other artists, practiced her dance moves, and learned how to connect with fans. Every performance was a chance to show the world what she could do. The album earned her 5 Grammy Awards in 2004. As she stood on the Grammy stage, holding her awards, she felt like she was dreaming. Thank you, God. Thank you, my family. Thank you, my fans, she said, her voice shaking with joy. She was no longer just a girl from Houston or a member of Destiny's Child. She was Beyoncé, a global star. Yet, even with all the fame, she stayed grounded. She called her mom for advice, laughed with her sister Solange, and kept her friends close. Going solo didn't mean being alone, meant being brave enough to share her true self with the world. As she looked ahead, she knew this was only the start. Bigger dreams were waiting. Hey, Speak Fast English community, how do you feel about Beyoncé's bold move to go solo? Drop a comment below with your favorite song from Dangerously in Love, or share a time you took a big risk to chase your dreams. Writing a quick sentence is a fun way to practice your English and connect with others. Let's keep the story going. See you in the next chapter. Beyoncé was on top of the world after Dangerously in Love, but even stars face storms. By 2004, at just 23 years old, she was a global name. But fame brought heavy pressures. The spotlight was bright, and every move she made was watched by fans, critics, and the media. She felt the weight of expectations. Could she keep making hits? Could she stay true to herself? These questions swirled in her mind as she pushed forward. One big challenge was balancing her career and personal life. The music industry demanded everything: long hours in the studio, world tours, and endless interviews. Sometimes, Beyoncé felt tired, like she was running on empty. She missed quiet moments with her family in Houston, laughing with her mom or joking with her sister. The road was lonely at times, and she wondered if she could keep up the pace. But she remembered her mom's words, "You're stronger than you know." So, she kept going. Another hurdle came with Destiny's Child. The group reunited for a final album, Destiny Fulfilled, in 2004. It was a success, with songs like Lose My Breath topping charts, but behind the scenes, things were tough. The group faced rumors and tension, and deciding to end Destiny's Child was heartbreaking. Beyoncé loved her sisters, Kelly and Michelle, but she knew it was time to move forward. Saying goodbye to the group that shaped her was like leaving a piece of her heart behind. The media was another battle. Tabloids spread stories about her life, her relationships, and even her choices as an artist. Some critics called her music to pop, others said she was trying too hard. Beyoncé read the headlines and felt the sting, but she didn't let them define her. Instead, she used the criticism as fuel. She worked harder on her next album, Bidet, released in 2006. Songs like Irreplaceable showed a fiercer, more confident Beyoncé. She sang about strength and independence, proving her doubters wrong. On a personal level, Beyoncé faced her own doubts. She was young, in love with Jay-Z, and navigating a relationship in the public eye. Could she trust people in an industry full of pressure? She leaned on her faith and her family to stay grounded. She also learned to set boundaries, choosing when to share her life and when to keep it private. Each challenge taught her something new about resilience, about trust, and about herself. Through it all, Beyoncé kept pushing. She turned setbacks into comebacks, using every struggle to grow stronger. She wasn't just surviving, she was building a legacy one step at a time. Hey, Speak Fast English crew, what did you think of Beyoncé's strength in facing these challenges? Share your thoughts in the comments below, maybe a favorite song from Bidet or a time you overcame a tough moment. Writing a quick comment is a great way to practice your English and inspire others. Let us keep following Beyoncé's journey. Next chapters coming soon. By the late Arlene Lenines, Beyoncé wasn't just a star, she was a force. Her music, her presence, her vision had changed the game. A 27 released I Am Sasha Fierce in 2008, an album that showed two sides of her, the real, heartfelt Beyoncé and her bold, fearless alter ego, Sasha Fierce. Songs like Single Ladies and Halo became anthems. Single Ladies had the world dancing, copying her moves in a black and white video that felt like a revolution. Halo made people cry, its words touching hearts everywhere. The album wasn't just music, hit was a statement. Beyoncé was here to stay. Her live performances were electric. She sold out stadiums, from New York to London to Tokyo. Fans screamed her name, waving signs and singing every word. She danced with power, sang with soul, and made every person in the crowd feel seen. But it wasn't just about the show. Beyoncé used her voice for more. She spoke about women's strength, about love, about standing tall. She gave back to supporting schools, charities, and young artists. Her heart was as big as her talent. In 2013, her self-titled album, Beyoncé, shocked the world. She dropped it with no warning, no ads, no teasers, just music, raw and real, with videos for every song. It broke records and changed how artists release music. Songs like Flawless celebrated confidence and empowerment, while Blue showed her love for her daughter, Blue Ivy. The world saw Beyoncé as a mother, a creator, a leader. She wasn't following trends, was setting them, but her impact went beyond music. Beyoncé became a cultural icon. She used her platform to talk about big issues like equality and identity. Her 2016 album Lemonade was a masterpiece, blending music, film, and storytelling. It spoke about pain, healing, and strength, connecting with people on a deep level. She honored her roots, her culture, and her journey as a Black woman. Fans around the globe felt her power and her truth. By Arling Arwu, Beyoncé's legacy was undeniable. She won countless awards, including over 30 Grammys. She inspired millions not just with her music, but with her courage to be herself. She showed the world that dreams, hard work, and heart could create something unstoppable. From a shy girl in Houston to a global queen, Beyoncé's story proved one thing: when you believe in yourself, anything is possible. Hey, Speak Fast English family, how does Beyoncé's journey inspire you? Drop a comment below with your favorite song or moment from her legacy, or share a dream you're chasing. Writing a quick sentence is a fun way to practice your English and join our community. Thanks for following her story. Stay tuned for the conclusion. And there it is, the incredible rise of Beyoncé Knowles. From a shy girl with a big voice in Houston to a global icon who changed music and culture forever. Her story is more than just fame. It's about dreaming big, working hard, and never giving up, no matter the obstacles. She faced doubts, heartbreak, and pressure, but she turned every challenge into a chance to shine brighter. Beyoncé showed us that with courage and heart, you can create a legacy that inspires millions. As you listened to her journey, you probably felt her passion, her strength, and her joy. Maybe you danced a little to Single Ladies in your head or felt the emotion of Halo. Her story reminds us all to keep pushing, to believe in ourselves, and to chase our dreams, no matter how big they seem. Beyoncé didn't just become a star, she became a symbol of what's possible when you trust your own light. Hey, Speak Fast English community, what's your biggest takeaway from Beyoncé's story? Share it in the comments below or tell us which part of her journey inspired you most. Writing a quick comment is a great way to practice your English and connect with others who love stories as much as you do. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Speak Fast English for more inspiring stories to boost your English listening skills. See you in the next video.